Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today is day 22 of our New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar, where from December 1st through December 25th, we're trying 25 fun, funky, mysterious samples. We're going to give tasting notes, we're going to rate it, we're going to try to guess what we're having. At the end of the video, we'll find out what we had. Let's get into day 22. On the nose here, there's a nice amount of sweetness. There's definitely a lot of brown sugar on this. There's a little bit of plum, but not much. Definitely getting some chocolatiness and some maltiness on this. Now, I smell that malt, and I'm immediately thinking, oh, yes, we have an Irish or Scotch whiskey. But we've had one Irish or Scotch whiskey this whole time, so it's probably a bourbon, but it's definitely a funky one. Yeah, there's a little bit of fruit on this, but it's mostly like a dusty, musty maltiness. And a little bit of oak, a little bit of sweet oak, a little bit of tannic oak. Let's try and... That's interesting. There's a little proof on that one. Definitely above 100. Definitely a little bit of chocolatiness. There was some sweetness in the beginning, and a kind of a brown sugar note that really goes throughout the palate, but it's a little flat because there's like a spark of caramel and spice and a little bit of peanut, but then it kind of just dies out. And so I'm thinking we're probably around 105, 110 proof. I don't think we're that much higher. We're not low. Huh, this is interesting. This is, again, leading me towards the Jim Beam flavor profile here. But I don't know if that's what it is. It could be like a rare character malt whiskey. That wouldn't shock me here. It's nice, but I don't love it. Let's try it again. Yeah, this is very similar to a rare character malt whiskey. A lot of flavor in the beginning. A flash of chocolate. Malt, a little bit of plum, a good amount of caramel, some brown sugar, and then it dies. And then after like a second and a half, you have nothing more than a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of tannic oak and a little bit of vanilla, and that's about it. And it's not bad. Pretty much everything in this Advent calendar has fallen under a $50 to $60 range for me. I really don't think a lot of these things are that worth it, but it's not bad. It's a little too malty for my liking. I'm thinking this is Jim Beam. I'm thinking what this could be from Jim Beam, if this could be like a 90 or 120 proof Knob Creek pick. We have had one already, but that doesn't mean we couldn't have another one. But I don't think so. But this is like a light Booker's to me, which means I don't really like, because I don't love Booker's in the first place. So I don't really love this. Let's get another sip. I don't know. I think it's Knob Creek. I think it's that kind of flavor profile on there. I'm thinking what this could be. Basil Hayden's may have a higher proof offering. Maybe this is Basil Hayden's 10 year. That is a whiskey that a lot of people have been curious about, but nobody's really pulled the trigger because it's Basil Hayden's. And that's like $80. This could be Basil Hayden's 10. No, I wouldn't surprise me. I haven't had it, but that could be something like that. We're looking at, I think, 110 proof. I think we're looking at something in Kentucky. I think there are a few years on this. Like, this is oaky enough that I don't think this is young. And there's definitely a little bit of color on this, but it's not that good. And there's definitely a little bit of peanut and spice and a little bit of caramel that's coming through there. It's okay. I'm going to rate this 6.9. I don't think it's great, but it's not bad. Let's find out what we have. Day 22 of the New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar. Oh, what the heck. Fred's Mistake. Oh, wow. I've had this before. Wow. This is not what I remember it being. So, Fred's Mistake is a Jay Matling pick, actually. And I know the story about this a little bit. Let's see the proof on this. It is 120 proof, so, yeah, I mean, Knob Creek store pick would have been 120. I thought it was a little bit lower, but, yeah, that doesn't shock me. Wow. Fred's Mistake. So, I guess there's probably an explanation on here, but I know a little bit of the history. I have tried this before, but I tried it in Ohio in the barrel pick that I did, and it was like pour 29 of the day, so it tasted different today, I'll just say that. So, this is Jay Matling, NEBC picks, an Era Bourbon Club pick, Fred's Mistake, 120 proof bottle, 40 of 90. This is a bottle that not a ton of people got to try due to the low bottle count, but those that did hold it in high regard. And with that price point going up and up, less of these will be cracked. So for the first New Era Bourbon Club pick on the New Era Bourbon Club calendar, I wanted to give us a goodie. Huh. So it's day 22, and that's the first New Era Bourbon Club pick. Interesting. So the next three might all be New Era Bourbon Club picks then, which could be fun. I've tried a couple of them. I haven't tried that many. So Fred's mistake, I'll tell the story. I thought it would be there, but I'll tell the story a little bit. So Fred is an admin emeritus at New Era Bourbon Club. So he was one of the original admins. He's been around for the longest. He was with them on a barrel pick, and I was at a barrel pick in River Roots, their most recent barrel pick. And it was something like that, but this was about 2 years ago. And they were doing this pick, and then Fred ended up getting a case of, let's just say he was on the runs a little bit. And so he went, and he was unable to attend the pick, and so he ended up going home and kind of taking care of himself. And the pick ended up being amazing. And this is the pick, and so they just call it Fred's mistake because it was on him for eating what I believe were some very suspicious tacos the night before, and he was unable to attend the pick. So that's what Fred's mistake is about. And that's really cool, and it's interesting. It's growing on me a lot more as I go back to it. It's definitely fruity. There's definitely some plums on this. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could rate it a little higher than a 6.9. It's not bad. It's very unique, and yeah, it's cool. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Catch you all in day 23.